Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my channel. For all returning subscribers and for all new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I am Susan and I share homemade, simple, no failed recipes once every week. On today's episode, I'll be sharing my 5 minutes cookies and cream cakes recipe, or some people call it Oreos cake. This is quite simple. It's just a one bowl recipe. If you have been following my YouTube series, you know that I love one bowl cake recipes. They are simple to make and they are faster. And this is an oil-based recipe. In 5 minutes, you're having your batter ready for baking. So let's get started. I'll start by making use of my oil, odorless oil, milk flavor, you can use vanilla flavor, baking powder, granulated white sugar, all-purpose flour, buttermilk, and of course Oreos cookies. I'll be introducing my eggs later. I will be making use of a size 8 square pan. You can use a size 8 round pan. And I'm going to be greasing this first, flouring it, and then adding brown paper or parchment paper to the base of my pan. Now, if you want to make this recipe richer, if you want to take it from this level to what I call an executive level, you can add sour cream and Bailey's cream, Irish Bailey's cream. It makes it unique. And trust me, your whole family is going to love it. But if you want to just keep it as simple as this, then be my guest. Please remember to check the description box below for a link to the detailed recipe. The written recipe with loads of tips and the correct measurements for all items is in the link beneath this video. Next, I'm going to be prepping my Oreos cookies. First of all, I'm going to open them up and I'm going to remove the cream in between them. I'm going to be using a carving tool. I use this for buttercream cakes. So this is a carving tool. If you've watched any of my reels, you'll have seen me making use of this. I'm going to be removing the cream from it and I'll be putting it in a clean nylon. You can use a Ziploc bag and I will be crushing this roughly. I don't want it going into pieces. I want to have large chunks of Oreos cookies in my cake. That is how best I enjoy eating my Oreos cookies cake. And I'm going to be keeping this cream aside. Don't throw it away. So getting my rolling pin, I'm just going to crunch these into large chunks. Now to start, I'm going to be using large eggs. To my mixing bowl, I'm going to first of all add all my wet items, starting with my oil. Make sure your oil is odorless. Next, I'll be adding buttermilk. Followed by my flavor, my milk flavor. I love using milk flavor when I'm making cookies and creams cake or Oreos cakes. Next, my eggs. Remember, I usually say do not break your egg over your mixing bowl. Always break your egg away from your mixing bowl to eliminate any form of shell. Also, it gives you the privilege of knowing if your egg is bad or if it's good. Now I'm going to be adding my cream that I got from my Oreos cookies. If you are new here, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my simple no-fail recipes once every week. Thank you so much for your support, and I really want to see your feedbacks and comments. Next, I'm going to be adding my flour, my sugar, and my baking powder. This makes up my dry items. The next thing I'm going to be doing is mixing for 5 minutes. Now, if you're using a mixer, you have to mix it for just 3 minutes. How beautiful is that? But if you're not using a mixer and you want to use a hand whisk like this, you're going to mix it for 5 minutes. So if you're using a mixer, it's going to be a 3-minute recipe for you. Mix it very well. Remember, when mixing, always use a timer. Don't use your head to calculate. Please use a timer. Work with time. Also, scrape the sides of your bowl so that all items are well incorporated into one another. At the end of 3 minutes, if you're using a mixer, or 5 minutes if you're whixing by hand, you should be having a batter that is like this. And if you added sour cream or Bailey's cream, your batter is going to be lighter than this. That's what I call executive batter. This is ready. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to transfer this to my already prepared pan. Now, I already preheated my oven at this stage. See how light the batter is? This is just without your Bailey's cream and sour cream. Like I said, this is an oil-based recipe. Oil-based recipes are always very unique to make and always very delicious. Before I transfer this to my pan, I'm going to be adding my cookies. I'll add almost everything and leave about a 1/4 cup. I'm going to fold this slightly into my batter. If you're using a mixer at this stage, you don't want to use a mixer. If not, you're going to crunch the cookies into smaller bits, and you wouldn't like that. So just use a spatula to fold your cookies in. So next, let's transfer to our prepared pan. Like I said, you can always use a round pan, but for this I prefer a square pan. Please remember to check the description box beneath this video for a link to my detailed recipe and also for links to my other one bowl simple cake recipes. For all you subscribers, please subscribe to the channel, hit my notification bell, like and leave a comment. Also, I want to see your feedback and tag us to your recipes and to your creations. Now tap the bottom of your pan to level your batter. And the rest cookies, I'm going to sprinkle it nicely over my cake, over my batter, and I'm going to bake. Bake in a preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Now my cake is ready. I'm just going to transfer this to a rack to cool off. Once you insert a wooden skewer into your cake, it should come out clean. This proves that your cake is baked. Then while it's still hot, peel off or remove the parchment or brand paper. And then it's time to frost it the way you like or use a spread of your choice and enjoy your cake. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to be notified of all our simple recipes once every week. Leave us a comment, tag us to your creations, and thank you so much for your support. For me, I'm going to be using dulce de leche as my frosting or topping. You can also use caramel sauce, you can use whipped cream, you can use any frosting of your choice, and enjoy. Thank you for your support. See you next week.